Yo, what up guys, Decay Gaming, and welcome back to my channel for another State of Decay 2 video. So today we're going to be talking about the container fort and also about the difficulty scaling in the game. Basically how some of the game's quite difficult, but a lot of the game can be quite easy if you know how to play it on the mechanics. So the container fort, possibly my best, probably the best base in the game, possibly one of my favorites in terms of just how well it kind of builds, and its sort of like availability of slots and that. Its kind of situation in the map, yeah, it's pretty damn good all round. So the base comes with a built-in barracks and a built-in workshop level 3. The built-in barracks gives 8 beds, and it also, obviously, the workshop can do all the stuff, you know, repairing and crafting bombs and all that sort of stuff. So it means that you haven't ever got to build anything for beds in here. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you're like -1 bed or -2 beds, you're going to get a very small morale kind of negative effect, but it's not really going to do anything to the morale. So if you're -2 beds, -1 bed, I wouldn't even worry about it, guys. This base could easily hold 10 people, and you wouldn't have to build another sort of bed facility at all. So apart from that, you get 2 large slots, and you get, I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 small slots. This is kind of the setup that I use for most of my bases, just because it works at the best in terms of how materials and resources are used. The first one I like building is the staging area. So the staging area reduces all the upkeep of facilities to 0, so you won't be using any materials at all. And because I've got a workshop level 3, I'm actually +1 on materials, so that's really good. I don't have to actually scavenge for materials hardly at all. I've got 50 materials and everything is max level right now, so those 50 materials are just there for, I don't know, giving to survivors if I get a mission for materials or all that sort of stuff. The other large slot will be there for the leader perk. So my leader is a trader, so I get a trade depot. Trade depot is great because it means you can call traders to your base. Where are they? Call traders, and you can call each one. They all come with we call an ammo trader. You can imagine what you're going to get. You're going to get sacks of ammo and then randomly generated sort of ammo and weapons and stuff, that sort of thing in there. So it can be really useful. Top tip for the trader: the great thing is it costs 100 to call a trader to your base, but they carry 500 influence. So if you've got a lot of crap in your inventory, in your storage that you don't need, just keep selling it to him until he runs out, and then although you've lost 500, you've lost 100, you've made 400 experience. And in the beginning of the game, when you change maps, for example, like I did, or change bases, and you still need the extra influence to kind of buy back the outposts that you lost from changing maps, voila, you've got easy influence right at the beginning of the map. So going back to my loadout for my base, I always go for a garden, an infirmary, a workshop. Sometimes I go for a kitchen, although it's not massively important, believe it or not. It really only sort of increases a bit of morale from creating feasts, and you can actually you can craft some consumables which are pretty good, but in the world I haven't crafted a single one of those in this playthrough. Most of the stuff have just been found randomly, so dead simple. After that, it could be stuff like the fighting gym or the still. Still's great. It means you can convert ethanol that you find into valuable resources that you can then sell. Vice versa. The fighting gym, great, or the shooting range, which can improve the sort of stats, is really important. After that, always go for power outpost, always go for water. Like I said, this situation of this base is great because it's right next to a warehouse utility shed, which gives me water, and a power substation, and then I've got 2 fuel, because each of those 2 uses 1 fuel per day, but now I'm kind of like negating that pretty much. And then you've got some ammo, and then if I get another outpost slot, the only way I can get that now is if I get I think it's a mod for the command center. I've got this one which gives me an extra outpost, but I think there's one that gives you max 2 outposts. I can't remember what it looks like, but it's pretty badass. if you find it. I think it's only on, I've only found it on those mysterious wanderers, the ones that give you like the 50 cal or the grenade launchers and that sort of stuff. So yeah, this is the container fort. It's a lot of fun. It's practically impregnable. You've got all these sort of watchtowers on the four corners, so you know it doesn't matter whoever comes in, they're going to get shot to hell. But that leads me on to the difficulty of the game. So if you guys are aware by now, the difficulty of the game is scalable. I'm sure you've probably seen, because you know, you've seen videos on it or you've seen Reddit posts. The one thing that people don't probably realize is that when you change maps, the difficulty increases as well, which can actually be a lot of fun because you got to start from scratch. But you know, on day one, you're going to be getting those juggernauts and those ferals to to pester you. There's going to be a lot more zombies, infestations, all that sort of stuff. So it can be really a really good way to kind of reinvigorate the challenge of another map. You know, if you're bored of the one that you're on, you don't want to complete all the plague hearts right now. Bam, you go onto a new map, everything's reset, and you get to start again. So if you want a bit more of a challenge, guys, I suggest you do that. However, apart from that, difficulty scales with the amount of plague hearts that you kill. So more plague hearts you kill, after that, the difficulty increases. Each plague heart after that will be more difficult to destroy. There'll be more special infected and hordes surrounding it. And then obviously each day. So day one, there'll be just regular zombies, plague zombies around. Day two, you're going to get your screamers, your bloaters, maybe a feral. Probably not though. And day 3 onwards is when you get your ferals and juggernauts, and then after that it just gets more and more and more and more and more. But this is kind of where it gets a little bit easy. If you know how to play the mechanics, you know, and you know how to, how to work the missions properly, you know how to take out plague hearts, which can be taken out in about 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Each one, doesn't matter how difficult they are. Then yeah, you're going to be, you know, you're going to be pretty set for the game. I really do hope they increase difficulty somehow in the future DLC. I really enjoyed the I think it was Breakdown DLC in the first game, where you just play the same map over and over again, but each variation of the map will be more difficult by having, you know, more zombies, more special infected zombies, less vehicles, less resources, all that sort of stuff. So you know, it was infinite until you get to the point where you just physically couldn't do it anymore. So you know, that's the kind of gameplay that I'm looking for. That kind of like sandbox survivability. The highest amount of days I've got up to right now, I think my first playthrough, I was around about 24 days, 25 days by the time I decided to complete it. When I did decide to complete it, I completed it really quickly. So yeah, there's a few tips on difficulty and how to make certain missions easier. Infestations, my best trick for taking an infestation, obviously without fail, you should always take a follower out with you, because if you take a follower out with you, it's just another gun, it's another melee weapon, and those NPCs are kind of like homing missiles. So if you're looting something and there's a zombie creeps up on you, you know, your NPC's there. Like 99% of the time, the NPC is there with you. They do glitch out sometimes, so be careful. They can sometimes mysteriously like run home and then run back to you. So for about a minute or so, you may not have an ally with you. But actually, I'd say 90% of the time, you know, they're pretty reliable. So going for an infestation, get in the car, beep the horn, keep beeping the horn until you draw them out the house into a line, run them over. It's pretty much that simple. If the screamers don't come out, because sometimes they are dead slow, it's quite easy to shoot them through any window. And that's infestation done. 101. It's so simple. Plague hearts, even easier. Craft the soda can bombs, or I think it's the, let me have a look. It's the soda can bombs or pipe bombs. If you can afford pipe bombs, really good. Parts are obviously an issue, but you can salvage anything. So you salvage this, for example, 15 parts, and then if you go to the base and the workshop, I think it's from level 2 onwards. Even level 1, you can craft consumables. Pipe bombs, they cost one ammo and 25. Soda bombs are the cheapest ones, the ones you want to use. 10 parts, 1 ammo. You get 3 in a pack. I think it's about 9 or 10 soda bombs will destroy plague heart, and literally you just stand there and you just keep throwing them until the plague heart is destroyed. 20 seconds and it's done. It's as easy as that. And another tip if you're going to do something which is quite difficult, you know, a mission that might be quite hard, and it's a main mission like a play cart, for example, the easiest way of doing it is to find a mission which the follower or the you know they want you to loot somewhere or pick up a rucksack of something, take them with you, and then there you go, automatically you've got another free follower, you've got 2 people with you to do that, you know, those play carts, and you can run around until you decide you want to complete the mission by giving them the sack of whatever it is that you want. And speaking of those missions, when you get the they want to get the sack of fuel or sack of ammo, easiest way of doing it is to go to the base, go to the heavy storage or whatever storage you're using, withdraw rucksack, whatever you want. So let's say I want some materials, click on there we go, it's on your back. You can do that from the other side of the map, and you haven't got to be running around looking for that sort of thing. So first video on State of Decay 2, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.